So, hello everybody and welcome. Hola a todos y bienvenidos.
First of all, my name is Maritza.
Yo soy Teacher Chris con Open English.
Hello, we are back here live. We're here live with Chris, the two of us today. Let me go live here on Instagram as well. How are you, Chris?
I'm very well, thank you. Hello everyone, good to be back. Very well. It's Monday, so it's a normal
All right,
Monday.
hello. All right, we are connected now on Instagram as well. Hello to all my Instagram friends. Ready for another class as we continue hashtag Open English Week. Welcome, welcome. Bienvenidos a todos. Bueno, como que pues aquí en Facebook de España, de LATAM, de LinkedIn, de YouTube, pueden ver que estoy aquí con Teacher Chris. All right, and we will be going live here in a second on Instagram with Chris as well. Let me see. Accepting your request, Chris. There we go. All right.
Hello. So I think we're here. Yeah, we're all good.
Yes, we made it. All right. If you're here on Instagram, let us know how the sound is. Déjanos saber cómo está el sonido en Facebook y YouTube también. Cuéntenos en los comentarios si nos pueden ver bien, nos pueden escuchar bien. All right, Sonia, welcome back. Great to see you here again. Ruth from Seattle. Hello. Simone Maceo here on LinkedIn from Brazil. Welcome, Simone. All right, we have Mexico connected here. All right, FCOMAR. So sound is good. All right, we are off to a good start then. Bueno, envía tu nombre, cuéntanos de dónde estás conectado. All right, I think we got a little bit of an echo here. There we go.
Sorry, I think, I'm good to go now.
All
I'm
right.
having some technical difficulties, but now I'm good.
Perfect. All right, Karam is here with us. We've got the Dominican Republic. So welcome, everyone. We are continuing here with our hashtag Open English Week. Nice to see you guys here. Today, we will be giving tips about how to make small talk in English. All right, so Chris, I'll let you kind of start or take it from here as well. If you have any additional things to add for our class today.
Small talk, as you mentioned, is obviously very, very important in English, in the office, as we're going to talk about today, but also in other situations as well. Today, we are going to focus on small talk in the office as we are in Open English Week. But yes, very, very important topic to have in your vocabulary.
Yes, definitely. And for all of our friends connected, si estás aquí conectado desde Latinoamérica, recuerda que seguimos en Open English Week, hashtag Open English Week, donde tenemos una promoción de 60% de tu curso de inglés. Entonces, si estás aquí comentando que no hablo de inglés, pero necesito aprender, ahora es el momento para aprender inglés con Open English con 60% de descuento. I saw there are a couple friends here from Brazil as well. And in Brazil, we have 50% off of your English course. So if you want more information, send the word profe here in the comments. Si necesitan más información sobre los precios, los horarios, la promoción, envía la palabra profe aquí en los comentarios. Michael, ¿cómo puede aprender inglés o aprender inglés? Michael, envía la palabra profe para más información. Okay, let me see here. Here from the Amazon. Hello, teachers. All right. So let's jump into it here. Let me add our, there we go. Add our presentation so everyone can see. So what is small talk? What is small talk? Chris, you briefly mentioned it, but we traditionally use this phrase small talk, como charla pequeño, sería como la traducción literal, to talk about something that's polite. It's kind of surface level conversation. So we're not talking about really important things or things that might be a little controversial. So Chris, what would you say some examples of small talk are? Some good examples of small talk.
Yeah, I mean, I think another way of explaining what small talk is as well is not in a negative way, but it could be described as kind of fake conversation, maybe. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's not negative. It's just a way to speak with people to kind of make conversation so that there is conversation. I mean, I am from England, as all of you very well know. So for us, the number one topic would be the weather. We always talk about the weather as small talk. I don't know, what about for yourself? I imagine the weather is a very international small talk topic.
Yes, definitely. And I feel like in the United States, it's kind of like we talk about it or use it so much in small talk that it's kind of a joke. Like if we're really uncomfortable, is uncomfortable silence or something, we say, how about the weather? How about that weather? Entonces, eso es como hasta un chiste en los Estados Unidos que hablamos tanto sobre el clima cuando no tenemos nada de hablar, pues al final nosotros dijimos como, bueno, ¿y el clima qué tal? Entonces, eso es como súper importante. Yo vi un comentario acá, una conversación superficial. Exactly, that's a great way to describe it, kind of a superficial conversation. Nothing too deep, as we say, or nothing too, I guess, important. We can also talk about different things like pop culture. So maybe maybe there was a lot of small talk last week with Queen Elizabeth dying. Not so much of a controversial topic, but something that everyone around the world kind of knew about. I don't know if Chris, if you've made small talk about this big tragic event from last week lately.
Yes, I've had lots of people message me as if she was my friend. I mean, she wasn't my friend. So yeah, it was a kind of, but no, I completely agree. Yeah, it was, it wasn't unexpected. So it wasn't a very kind of upsetting thing. So I think it's a very good topic for small talk because everybody heard about it on the news. It's, international news. So I think, yeah, a very good topic for small talk in the office was things that happen like that. They're not too sensitive to us as individuals.
Yes, I totally agree. So that's, I think, as Chris mentioned, that there are certain topics that maybe are a little more sensitive, but I think when it's something as international or as important in a lot of countries, that's a great way to talk about. Sometimes we see on social media as well, different topics, and those can be great ideas to make small talk. So let me know here in the comments. Cuéntame aquí en los comentarios. What is your favorite topic to talk about in a small talk setting? What do you like to talk about when you're talking about small talk? All right, send us your comments here. Bueno, ya go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, I was going to say, like, while we're waiting for these examples, I think in an office, just to kind of give another example of why this is important, especially in the English spoken language, it's very uncomfortable to be in silence. Just everybody in silence. So it's very, very useful to have these small talk topics just to avoid that uncomfortable silence. And you never know, it could lead to making friends in your office as well. So
yes, totally. Entonces, yo creo que eso es súper importante también. Para evitar un silencio incómodo en la oficina, es muy importante tener como esos temas ya listos, como para hablar con tus compañeros de la oficina, con personas nuevas, para hacer como, no sé, nuevas amistades, nuevas conexiones con las diferentes personas. So it's a very important skill to have nowadays. Let me see. R2 Pereira says, I talk about food like a small topic. I like that one.
I saw that one as well. Yeah, I think that's also a very good, just saying, I had a lovely bagel for breakfast. A very good start of a conversation there, and it's very good small talk. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. To talk about what you're going to eat or what you brought, maybe what you like to do in your spare time. That's a good one. So, what are your hobbies? I think one of my favorite small talk topics on a Monday is what did you do last weekend? Did you do anything fun? That's another great kind of neutral topic.
Again, just to add on to that, a very, very good point, and I completely agree. I would just add, obviously, the answers to those kind of questions need to stay as small topics. If it was a crazy weekend, for example, that's not something you want to be talking about in the office as small talk.
Yes, definitely. Totalmente de acuerdo. Entonces, tal vez tuviese como un fin de semana un poco loco y estás hablando con tu jefe, no es muy recomendable hablar como de todos los planes que habían pasado durante tu fin de semana. Or maybe we can talk about lunch, says Freddie. Yes. Jorge says talk about others' cultures. That's a great topic. Maybe some differences, so you can get to know your coworkers a little better. Excellent examples. So moving on here, we've got some additional kind of examples of what we could talk about and some phrases you can use in English. Aquí tenemos un tema adicional de small talk y también como algunas frases que puedes usar con los compañeros de trabajo en la oficina. So, Chris, I'll let you take it away here.
Thank you. So yes, we've had the first phrase, which is something we've mentioned, looking forward to the weekend. So maybe on a Monday, this wouldn't be the most common small talk topic, but come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this is a very good topic for conversation. Looking forward to the weekend as a question begins that kind of conversation. We also have two, which I think are very, very good for the office because they're related to work and related to the office. So I think another two phrases very, very good for suggesting small talk is, has it been a long week? Has it been a long week? Or also, can you believe how busy we are? Or el contrario, can you believe how quiet we are? So I think those are three very good phrases, especially the two phrases talking about your working week, as that is obviously a topic that both of you have in common.
Definitely. I totally agree. And I think it's important when you're kind of having these small conversations or small talk. I think sometimes in my own experience when I'm trying to make small talk in Spanish, sometimes I have all of the questions ready, like looking forward to the weekend. What did you bring for lunch? What are you going to do this weekend? It's always important to keep in mind how you would respond as well. So it doesn't sound like an interrogation. That's kind of an important extra tip, I would say.
Yes, definitely be prepared to give your answer to the question as well. Yeah.
Eso es como súper importante, estar como preparado, responder a las mismas preguntas que estás preguntando a la otra persona y también estar como listo para escuchar como diferentes formas de cómo preguntan las cosas la gente. Por ejemplo, yo creo que muchas veces aprendemos como que los hablantes de inglés dicen and you, pero no es siempre el caso. I don't think it's always the response or the question. People won't always say, and you. You might hear, how about you? Or what about you? I don't know, Chris, if you have any other tips.
My most commonly used one would be the third one you said. Yeah, what about you? I think that's my most commonly used one. And what about you? Very commonly used that one myself. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to ask a question, be prepared to respond to the question as well. Okay, so moving on here, we can share some extra phrases to talk about the weather. Yo vi muchos comentarios de personas diciendo como, bueno, puedes hablar de clima y eso es 100% bien para hablar in una conversación. But Chris, what are some phrases we can use to sound like a native speaker in English?
Well, thank you very much. So yeah, obviously the phrases I want to give today are, more advanced than the it's sunny. No, I mean, it's correct, but it's not maybe likely to start and generate a good conversation. So instead of saying it's sunny or it's hot, we can say, beautiful day, isn't it? These are called question tags, where we have the negative isn't it is a way in English of saying I think it is. So it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Much better way of saying it's hot. Obviously, if you're living in England, you might not have the sun, so you might have to talk about the rain. So again, instead of saying it's raining, we can use the phrase, can you believe all of this rain we've been having? It's a much better way than saying it's raining. Can you believe all of this rain we've been having, to start that conversation? And then obviously we have the best one, in my opinion, which is what most people are probably feeling when they're talking about this, which is, it sure would be nice to be in Hawaii right now. I mean, claro, puedes cambiar el país, o Hawaii es un estado, tal vez, Maritza, no sé, es como, eso es una pregunta para Estados Unidos.
I just cut out for a second here on Instagram. Can you repeat that question?
I wasn't sure if I cut out or you were. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah, I was saying, se puede como cambiar el Hawaii para España, para Mexico, pero yeah, the third and last phrase, it sure would be nice to be in. And then you can say Hawaii right now. Mi pregunta fue, ¿Hawaii es un estado o es que eso es los Estados Unidos, no? Yeah.
Sí, es un estado en los Estados Unidos. Yes, it's a tropical paradise and it's a state there in the U.S. All right. So yes, I think that trips are also, you can kind of, everyone loves talking about traveling and trips, so we can also use that to talk about the weather. Maybe the weather, like you mentioned, in England or your home country isn't great. You can ask someone, where would you like to visit, or where do you wish you were right now? Okay, Lenita has a good one. How about your day today? So how is your day going today is another neutral, easy question to ask someone. Let me see here. Checking all the comments over here on Facebook.
So I did see a question from Julian in LinkedIn about the difference between has and have. I believe this was with the phrase, it has been a long week, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. So with this phrase, because we're talking about the week, which is it, we would use it. It has been a long week, because has we use for the third person, it, talking about the week. So Julian, I hope that has solved your doubt.
All right. R2 Pereira says, in Brazil, everyone likes to talk about soccer. Entonces, yo creo que eso es como un tema internacional, más que todo para las personas que están en Latinoamérica o Brasil o incluso en España. No es como tan común en los Estados Unidos, porque fútbol no es un deporte muy grande, es más como fútbol americano, pero que sí, soccer es súper, un tema súper importante. Chris, do you find yourself talking about football a lot as a part of small talk?
So there's actually like a very funny joke I heard once, whereas when a new person joins your office and you say, which football team do you support? And they say, I don't follow football. Then you repeat, well, we can sit in silence forever then. Like, básicamente diciéndose, si no te gusta el fútbol, no tengo nada para hablar contigo. A mí, claro, es una broma nada más, pero sí, en Inglaterra, todos hablamos de fútbol. And I think in, obviously, November and December this year, with the World Cup, I think everyone will be talking about it, even if you don't really like football. It's going to be a very, very common small talk topic.
Yes, definitely. Yo creo que eso es como un buen punto también, que en inglés muchas veces yo creo que puede ser como una dificultad es entender como el humor de otra persona, como un chiste o un broma. Yo creo que muchas veces en las oficinas o en como ese ambiente laboral las personas son, pues, de los Estados Unidos, en mi experiencia, son muy como sarcásticos. There's lots of sarcasm, hay como muchos chistes y bromas, y eso puede ser como difícil de entender. Entonces, yo creo que en este caso, si no entiendes como el chiste o el broma, pues la broma es como, está bien decir como, bueno, yo no entiendo, pero me puedes explicar. It's always good to ask for clarification, as sometimes jokes are can get lost in translation.
Or if all else fails, you can just follow the rest of the people. If they
Yes.
laugh, then you can laugh. But if they don't laugh, then you don't laugh. Just follow what other people do, yeah.
Yes. Yo creo que eso es como otro tip muy importante, es que muchas veces cuando yo estoy como, ¿qué está pasando? ¿De qué están hablando? Yo hago como mimicking, yo hago lo que están haciendo las otras personas. Pues me río o yo digo que sí, sí, de acuerdo. Bueno, no es para hacer como siempre, si no entiendes una cosa, pero muchas veces puedes mirar a las otras personas para entender mejor el contexto o si es un chiste o una broma. Okay, looks like we've got some soccer fans here or some football fans here. So that probably makes you happy, Chris. Soccer to me is not my forte, as we say in English for small talk, but I'm sure you're much better at it than I am.
Maybe I'll have to plan a class of football English, just a whole 20, 30 minutes of talking about football in English and teaching some words about football. If that is a class that people would like, then please tell me in the comments and maybe I can plan that for one day. Maybe near the World Cup, I think would be a good time to do it as well.
Yes, envíen un thumbs up si ustedes quieren ver una clase de fútbol, de vocabulario de fútbol, hablando de fútbol, porque parece que tenemos algunos fans de fútbol hoy. Okay. Okay, Morales Rafael has a good question. What about if you disagree? Before we move on, Chris, do you have any helpful tips or phrases if you disagree with what someone is saying?
A very, very good phrase, which I like a lot, is in English, we use an expression to be on the same page. Como estar en la misma página, to mean I agree. So we could say, I'm not on the same page, which I think is a very nice way of disagreeing. I think también es muy importante decir que en este como small talk se puede como disagree without any problem because it's small talk, like it's not a serious thing. So if you want to disagree, it's not a problem to do so. But yeah, we are on the same page, estamos de acuerdo, or we are not on the same page, no estamos de acuerdo. Yo creo eso es una buena expresión.
Super. All right. Alice says we could talk about plants, garden, and talk about customer service. Oh, okay. This is what you want to see, Alice, I think. You'd like to see more about plants and gardening and talk about customer service. So we will keep that in mind as well. Yes, exactly. We can say FSCO Mar, I'm not on the same page, or I don't totally agree, or I'm not totally with you on that. So like Chris said, it's perfectly acceptable not to agree with everything. Okay, so now we will jump into a little true or false. Let me see here. Got lots of comments coming in. Okay, Lenita says, I don't like soccer, but it's interesting. All right, that's a good way to say, maybe it's not your thing, but it could be interesting. All right, entonces ya vamos a empezar un true or false aquí. Entonces, aquí tenemos unas frases y queremos que ustedes nos cuenten aquí en los comentarios si es verdadero o si es falso. So, what's our first true or false, Chris?
So, the first question from today's mini quiz of true or false is, salaries are a good small talk topic. Así que puedes mandar un emoji así para true, un emoji así para false, un tic, un X, cualquier manera que significa correcto o incorrecto. So salaries are a good small talk topic. Is this correct, true, or incorrect, false?
All right, lots of answers coming in over on LinkedIn from Jose Camilo, David, Marlon Jose. Everyone's saying false here. All right. Oh, we have a quick question here. Sonia says, at the same page or in the same page? We would say on the same page. Para estar de acuerdo es on, la preposición on the same page. Okay. All right. Lots of people saying false here. So, Chris, what is the answer? Are salaries a good small talk topic? Casi no puedo decir esto.
So we can tell you that this is false. No, this is not correct. I mean, in England, salaries is a very sensitive topic. It's very private. It's not something we talk about really with friends. So if we don't talk about it with friends, we're definitely not going to talk about it in small talk. I imagine it's the same. I mean, it's also the same in Spain. I imagine, Maritza, it's the same in the United States and Colombia as well.
Yes, I think that anything that has to do with money is a little sensitive and therefore probably not a good small talk topic. Y me gustó ese tip tuyo, Chris. Si no estás cómodo hablar sobre ese tema con tus amigos, es como mucho menos debes hablar sobre ese tema en la oficina con compañeros de trabajo. Entonces, eso es como una regla importante tener en cuenta al momento de hacer small talk. If you don't feel comfortable talking about it with your friends, you probably shouldn't talk about it with your coworkers. Okay, so lots of people said false. Okay, let me see here. Any questions? Yes, exactly, José Alberto. Sí, está bien como hablar del salario, como para hacer conversaciones con las personas en la oficina. Y la recomendación de nosotros es no hablar sobre el tema de dinero con las personas porque puede ser como un tema un poco delicado o un poco incómodo. Okay. Very good.
I think even more so in your office where you're all working for the same companies. I mean, it's not a good topic anywhere, but in your office where you work, talking, no, definitely not. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Next one. Current work projects are a good topic to make small talk conversation. True or false? True or false? If it's true, send us a thumbs up. If it's false, send us a thumbs down. So current work projects. Let's see.
Talking about what you are working on that day or that week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think, would you say tareas in Spanish, Maritza? Las tareas de la semana?
Tareas de la semana, proyectos. Yeah, I think we could use both of those words. So talking about your work or whatnot, are these good? Like, okay, we've got quite a few thumbs up. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. We have a question here. ¿Puedes hablar con los de la oficina si algo está muy caro y te toca hacer ajustes en cómo usas tu dinero al mes? Iván Portillo, esa es como una pregunta de la última pregunta, pero yo diría como hacer ajustes de dinero puede ser como muy específico para cada persona. Entonces, si tienes como mucha confianza con un compañero o bueno, si quieres hablar de dinero pero decir que algo está muy caro, puedes decir como, for me, in my situation, that's really expensive. Pero es que muchas statements o como declaraciones así no necesariamente aplican para todas las personas. Es como muy relativo para cada persona. Entonces, es como tener cuidado si no tienes mucha confianza con las personas. Interesting. And here it says, en Argentina es normal hablar de sueldos para organizarnos y reclamar aumento. Okay. Very interesting. So maybe in South America, it's a little different, maybe a little more open to talk about salaries. But I would say if you're going to be in talking with someone from, I don't know, from London or from the United States or from the England or from the United States, it's important to keep in mind that it's not always common in other cultures. Okay.
That was very interesting. Yeah, I had no idea that would be a normal topic of conversation in Argentina.
Yes. All right. Okay, so Ana Garaje says, proyectos de la empresa is a good small talk. Proyectos personales, no. Okay. Let me see if there's any other comments here. Any other opinions?
There was Mike Jimenez has said, if it isn't a private theme, which I think is a very interesting comment. And I think that's something that maybe we'll be talking about in a second as well. So a very good comment there. Yeah, from Facebook, Mike Jimenez. If it isn't private, if the work project isn't private, I think is a very good example.
All right. So, current work projects are a good topic for small talk conversations as long as the information is not sensitive. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. All right. And this next one, what's our next true or false question here, Chris?
So the last question for today's mini quiz is, talking about Netflix series is a good way to make small talk at the office. True or false? Talking about Netflix series is a good small talk topic.
All right, let us know here. Talking about Netflix series. I am a big Netflix fan, and I could talk about Netflix shows all day. I think, especially it's not Netflix, but I'm currently watching House of the Dragon, part of the Game of Thrones. So if anyone here is a fan, send a thumbs up as well, or a dragon emoji.
I went the other way. Instead of the Game of Thrones prequel, I went for the Lord of the Rings prequel. I think it's the Rings of Power on Amazon. So again, if anyone's watching that, give me a thumbs up as well. Yeah.
Okay. We've got lots of different series. All right. Jorge Garcia says, yes, it's a good topic. Beatriz Eugenia says, true. Very good. Okay. Gabriel says, I think yes, but at the office, maybe not. All right, let me see. Alex 1000% says thumbs up. Okay, it's a good way to talk to your coworkers. Netflix series, David says true. All right, and now I can't tell if the thumbs up are for Lord of the Rings or for a good small talk topic. So this one here.
Think about that.
This one is true. This is a great small talk topic. I think it's really neutral, and it's kind of something fun. Someone said maybe in the office, no. And I think maybe this would be all about timing. Timing is important. Es como muy importante tener en cuenta en qué momento estás hablando sobre una serie de Netflix. Obviamente, si estás en una reunión con tu jefe hablando de proyectos, de data, tal vez no es como buen momento de decir, ¿ustedes han visto House of the Dragon o Lord of the Rings? Pero si estás como en la hora de almuerzo o un descanso, puede ser como un buen tema de conversación.
Sí, también me gustaría como agregar que generalmente todo Netflix está bien para hablar, pero tal vez documentales con un tema como profundo. Tal vez, todavía puedes decir me gustó o no me gustó, pero no quieres empezar a hablar de ese tema sensible en un documental, porque eso ya se convierte en algo que no es small talk. So I think, yeah, definitely, especially fictional things, Stranger Things, House of the Dragon, fictional shows, I think there's no problem whatsoever, but maybe some documentaries, maybe try and avoid if they're very sensitive documentaries.
Yes, definitely agree here. Definitely agree with everything you said. And I wanted to leave off on one more topic here or one extra tip, I guess, before we end. And that is take time to learn what different interjections you can use in a conversation. Entonces, antes de terminar con la clase, yo quería como compartir este consejo adicional. Es como tomar tiempo para buscar cómo responder en una conversación como muy natural, porque puede ser que las personas dicen como yes, yes, yes. Bueno, no está mal, pero hay como diferentes formas, como yeah, totally, or no, definitely not, or that's interesting. Hay como unas maneras diferentes de contestar a las personas y seguir con esa interacción en lugar de decir como yes, yes, no, no.
My favorite is when something surprises you. We say, no way. That's my
Ajá.
favorite one. No way. It's really, really good one.
Yes, definitely. Entonces, tal vez podemos hacer como una clase o unos tips sobre como esas frases también, cómo responder en una manera natural, cuando estás sorprendido, cuando estás decepcionado, cuando estás de acuerdo. Eso es como muy importante y es importante como cambiar esas expresiones para no sonar como un robot diciendo yes, yes, no. Very important. All right, Chris, I don't know if you have any extra additional parting tips?
No, I mean, really, it's just be careful with the topics. As we mentioned before, very easy topics that everybody can talk about and that won't cause conflict. Obviously, religion, salaries, these are not small talk. The weather, Netflix, football on the weekend, these are small talk. So I think the most important thing is the topic itself.
Definitely. All right. Zona garajes es exactly no usar frases cortantes. Sí, eso es como otro tip, es como intenta como buscar preguntas abiertas también para como seguir la conversación. Yo creo que cuando nosotros preguntamos, ¿te gusta? Sí. Y se acaba la conversación. Se acaba la conversación y no hay más. Entonces, intenta como buscar formas de seguir la conversación y diferentes formas de responder a las preguntas. All right, I like this one. No way, Jose. I use that one a lot.
Yeah, it's weird how we have that in English as an expression.
Yeah.
Jose in English.
No way, Jose. Excellent. Bueno, recuerden que vamos a seguir en hashtag Open English Week, donde vamos a compartir muchos tips con ustedes en inglés y tenemos una promoción de 60% de descuento en tu curso de inglés. Entonces, para más información, envía la palabra profe aquí en los comentarios. Muchas gracias por toda la participación. Yo he visto como muchos comentarios, más que todo en Facebook, de diferentes temas que ustedes quieren ver en estas clases, que eso nos ayuda mucho. Entonces, si tienes una idea o tienes algo que quieres ver en las clases, envíanos en los comentarios los diferentes temas para que podamos organizar clases en el futuro. All right. Let me see here. Photos para mostrar. Says, thank you, teachers Chris and Maritza. It was a good class. All right. I'm so glad to hear that, Chris. Glad to always connect with you here on our live classes. We will be back here. When, Chris, is our next class?
Together or the next Open English class?
Next Open English class.
So I believe it's tomorrow at 12 o'clock Mexico, Colombia time, Eastern Standard Time. Again, lo siento a todos que no conozco todos los horarios de Latinoamérica, pero sí, en México y Colombia las 12 p.m., en España las 7 p.m., una clase conmigo, así que sí, tengo muchas ganas a veros todos mañana.
Listo, entonces nos vemos mañana y yo vi una pregunta acá. Recuerda que esas clases quedan grabadas en los perfiles de Open English también. Entonces, si quieres ver esa clase de nuevo, va a estar en el perfil. So, thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you. Okay, it looks like Peru is also at 12 p.m. tomorrow, so we will be back here 12 p.m. tomorrow for another class in English. All right, Chris, have a great afternoon, and I hope everyone else has a great afternoon as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, everyone, and bye-bye.
Bye, guys.